Hi everyone, it's Andy After Ross, and today I will be doing, after again a lot of requests from the Sleep Token fans, a song called Chokehold. So here it is. Sinister, as often as it often is, dark, menacing, brooding.
Tangled up like branches in a flood.
That's a fantastic line.
I come as a blade, a sacred guardian. So you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood. You got me in a chokehold. You got me in
Hovering.
a chokehold.
Oh, gorgeous. That's intense. Theatrical, dynamic.
Beneath the stormy seas, above the mountain peaks, it's all the same to me. It makes no difference. I've seen my days unfold and the impossible. I've turned my walls to gold to bring you home again. So show me that which I cannot see, even if it hurts me, even if I can't sleep. Oh, and knowing act out of a holy duty to be constantly.
Great word. Gorgeous. Well, it's the classic Sleep Token theme. It seems to me to be a song about love addiction again, obsession, the chokehold of a relationship that can be like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You feel like you're in love, and in fact, it could be something far more sinister. The frustration of trying to know that, get clarity around those two possibilities, and to get certainty, to know the difference between an addiction and actual love, to understand the trauma bonds that hold it together. Production amazing. The key thing with the work that Sleep Token do is the dynamics, which are totally in resonance, quite like so much of their other work, with the sentiment, the lyrics and the music. Together they're greater than the sum of their parts. And some of the sounds, the guitar sounds like, well, it's crazy, you know, it's twisted, it hurts, there's a lot of pain. And the power of it, the power of a feeling that is sort of overwhelming, all comes out in the way that's produced. So brilliant. I'm going to just stop now for a second, go and look at the lyrics and come back. Got the lyrics here. We were tangled up like branches in a flood. I mean, that's just, you know, when you do meet somebody and you fall in love, that imagery of tangled branches almost clinging on to each other whilst the torrent of water may be pulling you along out of control. The only thing you know is that you're together. But there's this dark side, because this line here, you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood. To me, that's self-protection. I mean, it's my interpretation, obviously. I come as a blade, and that blade is there ready to cut away at any minute. And you test that. You test my worth. Like, do I believe in myself enough to know that I could cut away? And you test that worth in blood, like it really hurts. There's so much at stake when you get into a relationship like this, and you become vigilant and guarded, and you're craving for certainty, but it's so hard to get that kind of certainty, and you can be completely stuck like that. And then, you know, the chorus, you've got me in a chokehold, which is like how you're crippled with indecision and this addiction. The restraint, has a restraint on you. It dominates you. It has such a power over you, you can't think freely or act freely. My little personal anecdote about this subject. I was in a band years ago, and we were doing a concert in London at the Astoria Theatre in London. And I can remember I just split up with my girlfriend, and she had gone back to Canada. And right in the middle of our tour, I was on stage, and I was playing the guitar, and there were loads of people there. It was a big night, thousands, you know, it was a big deal. You know, and it was going well, but my brain was, where is she? I'm missing her. I have to have her. And this is the power of the addiction, because I knew it was bad for me, but the very next morning I phoned the record company, said, can you get me on a plane? And I went to Canada. And she didn't know I was coming. I turned up on her door, and like the fantasy had consumed me. And I was back hoping that this would work. And of course, she gave me a look as if to say, what the hell are you doing here? And it was hell, because I was then back to where we were before. I now know in reflection that I've been in a relationship which was actually an addiction born out of insecurity. I'm so glad that someone is writing basically a dark love song that isn't just like Mills and Boone, you know, bells and whistles and, you know, my heart yearns for you, or you've broken my heart. You know, those sort of things are just quite simplistic. What's great about Sleep Token is they go into the psychology in greater depth and the complexity of the human behavior. And that's something that really resonates with me. So great work. And once again, really enjoyed that. So until next week, till the next time, see you then. Bye bye. Just a footnote to say, please feel free to leave comments and to suggest songs that you might like me to listen to. Also, if you feel like subscribing, you've enjoyed the channel, that would be fantastic. It's incredibly helpful for me. It's free, by the way, and I really appreciate that. It helps to keep the work going. And thank you very much for coming. See you another time. Bye-bye.